Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Our discussion today will be very brief and very quick based on the fact that I encountered a client today where we did a valuation, and he was very insistent that he would enter the market at his price. When you price your property to sell, remember there's two aspects to pricing. One is the actual price of the property, and two is the seller's price. So which price do you use to enter the market? A buyer would gauge a property price in terms of the market activity in the area, and therefore in the interest of the seller to price his property in line with the market. So why should you price your property in line with the market? What's the reasoning behind correctly pricing your property? And I tried to get my client earlier on to understand that a buyer is not going to pay more than the market value for the property. You wouldn't pay more for anything, neither would I. So we cannot expect a buyer to pay more for a specific property. So what are the pitfalls of going with your own price as a seller where it's not market related? Firstly, you need to understand that where a seller overprices his property out of the market range, in line with his own pricing, then you're not going to attract the correct buyers to your property. They're not going to come and view the property. You're going to attract the wrong target market. You're going to basically be targeting the wrong market. And in essence, what's going to happen with those buyers who do come to view, they're going to reject the pricing, because remember, they're buying by comparison. If you are saying your property is worth 2 million, instead of pricing it in the 1.2 range where it should have been priced, then you're going to find a situation where buyers are going to perceive the value at 1.2 rather than at your price of 2 million. So those buyers who should be seeing your property don't get to see it. Why? Because they are not responding to the price, because you haven't priced the property in line with the market. Hence, they will then start looking at properties. For example, if they were looking to buy a property for 1.2 million rand, which your property should have been priced at correctly in the beginning, then you will find that they are going to go and see the 1.2 million rand properties. They're not going to come to view your property because you chose to price it at 2 million, hoping you're going to strike it lucky and get a buyer to buy the property. But as time goes on, you do realize eventually that the buyers who are coming are not buying it at all, because they're not perceiving that value of 2 million that you're insisting on selling the property at. And those buyers who should be viewing the property are not seeing it, because they are viewing properties more in the 1.2 million range and shopping in that sort of market. And as a result, you will find that your property sits longer and longer on the market, and it comes to a point where buyers begin questioning the credibility of your property, and they begin to wonder if there's something wrong with your property as to why it's not selling at all. I know that many sellers say that they have plenty of time on their hands. Unfortunately, because you have time and you're prepared to wait it out, you are not recognizing the fact that the longer the property stays in the market, the more damage it does. So if you want your property to sell quicker, then price it to sell, price it within the correct market range, and work according to stats, use a comparative market analysis, and you will find that you will attract the right buyers to view your property. So as I conclude, I would like for you to understand the fact that the longer your property sits in the market, the more buyers question as to why it's not selling, and they assume that there are possible defects, and that's the reason why people are not buying the property. So the question as to the credibility of what your property has to offer comes in the limelight. And obviously, the advantage of correctly pricing your property is that it sells in the quickest possible time and at the highest possible price. Remember, buyers are well informed for the time that they are in the market. They're very familiar with what's happening in the marketplace, and they are quick to respond to any new listings that come on into the market. So within the first 2 weeks, that's a very important window period for your property, because you want to capitalize on that time frame to ensure that every buyer that views your property is able to perceive value to the extent that one of them will buy your property. If you like my video, please click on the like button, and I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel to receive new notifications each time I release new videos. So please support me and help me grow my channel. Thank you.